Episode 99 of What If Civilization Started Over. Let's get into it. This is the episode, second to last episode of the series. Yay. No, not yay, but, season 2 is coming, and let's get into it. Remember those, meteors, the one that crashed over here in Southeast Asia, and the one that crashed over here in the Arctic? Those meteors have become so powerful that they're literally pushing the Earth towards the sun. Yep, that's great. And this is going to just cause these fires in Africa to expand even more, as they have even more heat to go through, as this capital area is fully just taken over by the fires. And this thing is just collapsing because of some fires. As all this Western African region here gets completely consumed by the fires. And pretty soon the capital of this nation will be taken or captured. And nobody can do anything about these fires, as they're going ahead and taking over everything. The fires are rapidly expanding too much, is what people say. And people say they can't handle it, as many Egyptian major cities are going away from this world. The world is ending, and people know it, and they need to try to stop it. But it gets even worse, as another huge meteor hits South America. This one is even bigger, and it sinks the entirety of the continent. The entirety of South America is sunken because of one meteor. And this is just going to bring the planet even closer to the sun, which, is not very good, for obvious reasons. The South American country, after that, is going to decide to leave this alliance, as they have to try to fix this problem. It's a pretty giant problem, actually, if you can't tell. As, an entire continent has just been disintegrated from existence. That doesn't happen every day, but still. And, this capital is taken, and more capitals are starting to go away. Egypt is going to, therefore, go ahead and take this area, as it can't be occupied anymore. Yeah. Going over here to Europe, let's start with Germany. As the Yellow Country starts to push over into Germany after the Germans are just losing a lot over here in the Italian areas, and this area is taken. But the Germans are still pushing greatly through Poland, or Germany, as they go ahead and almost annex the country. As the country is losing a lot of territory, and its capital, let me get rid of this layer, is fully annexed, or just captured. Yeah, make sure it's still on the right layer. Yeah. Capital is taken, captured, final major city is captured, and the Lithuanian country is gone, and the Germans start pushing into main Russian territory. What happens over here? Over here, this country is going to start pushing back, as they know what can happen, and they believe that this might work. They believe that if they can capture the capital of Germany and assassinate the leader, which is by far the most powerful human in existence. Yeah, in the history of this world. That's a bit crazy. But the Russians start pushing back as they go ahead and capture these two major cities and on the outskirts of this third one. And the Germans are then going to go do very well against the Yellow Country. As the Yellow Country, which used to be Lime, is now going to be losing multiple major cities and eventually their capital. As the Germans swarm Europe and go ahead and take down the southern regions, fully capturing these Albanian areas and going ahead and attempting to annex the full thing, as they go down the Italian peninsula and take the entire thing. Yeah. But then a switch up happens. A sort of switch in sides. A southern country, whose name is Iberia, will be leaving the Square Alliance and abandoning the Square Alliance to join the Square Alliance. Yeah, they abandoned the Diamond Alliance, so the Diamond Alliance just doesn't exist anymore. And basically, in this treaty, they make a deal with the Mediterranean that they get all their land back, but they do get to annex some bits of land. Yeah, and with this newfound help, the Mediterranean, still being one of the most powerful nations in human history, is going to be able to push back against the impending German forces as they go ahead and go into the French area and absolutely decimate them. But remember, we have nuclear bombs. Or really, at this point, they're hyper bombs. And they somehow so powerful that Britain sinks. Yep, that's a pretty large event. And multiple bombs are dropped across all of Britain, and this basically just only gets rid of 3 of the supply. 3 bombs, all of Britain is gone. And this is going to really alarm the Russians. The Russians are going to they are going to start swarming Germany as fast as possible in order to, survive. That's a pretty big thing to do, survive in this such world. As the Russians will be pushing back and taking this major city. Going back over here somewhere else, more and more areas are going to start uniting, as the Japanese country is going to be going ahead and uniting with the Chinese country. Japan hasn't done anything ever since... When's the last time Japan has done something? I don't know, but they haven't done anything in a while. And now they're joining up with this Chinese empire. And then this country, this giant thing here, joins China's empire. And mainly because of don't want the world to end. The world fully believes that the world is going to end. They don't know how, why, what, when, or anything like that. But they just have a feeling that it's going to happen. And China takes over half of Asia. Yeah. And another huge meteor goes ahead and slams into Australia, fully sinking the entirety of Australia. The world knows what's happening. The world is scared. The world doesn't know what to do. The world is hopeless at this point in human history. Nobody knows what to do. So, over in the capital of the Red Team, a huge rocket over in this major city, this one, no, if I can get on the map, this major city here is going to have a giant rocket in it with about a few hundred people, few hundred officials from around the entire world ready to leave the planet. Yes, they are leaving the planet in order to save their species. Russian leaders, Mediterranean leaders, leaders from everywhere around the world are over here uniting in the Red Team capital, or this major city in the Red Team, in order to, do this. But the Mediterranean has to capture the city first in order for it to be possible. So that's what they're going to do, as this major city is captured, and a huge rocket is being launched, and it's set to launch in a few years. A few days, actually. They changed the date, as a new event just happened. This country is going to surrender to the fires. And the fires just become so powerful that they engulf all of Egypt as well. Yep, that is definitely something. Provinces are gone. Everything is gone. The world is disappearing slowly over time, or really largely over time. All these major cities just are off the map as fires consume them. Nobody knows what to do. Everybody is hopeless. And the fire just continue to spread as they spread across all these Persian regions and eventually capture wrong layer. As these fires will go ahead and engulf all of these regions here. And nobody knows what to do, obviously, but Persia is going to attempt to push back. And it goes successfully until it doesn't, as the fires with the planet getting closer and closer to the sun are going to just go. They are just going to surrender at this point. And they believe that this operation to destroy the planet is real. They believe that this has to happen. But Germany is not done. Or Russia, as they go into here and take these regions. But then, the rest of the nukes are launched. Where are the nukes launched to be exact? People don't really know, as nobody really expected all these nukes to be launched. Why are we looking at China? Oh my. Did all the nukes just absolutely destroy China? Yes. that's what happened. Basically, all these nukes sort of destroyed China, and now China is just a wasteland. Yep. And Russia's going to just annex it, occupy the whole region, as nobody knows what to do, the planet is in chaos, and Germany has just sacrificed all the nukes. But what's going to go on after this is the Germans are going to get absolutely destroyed, as Alex Einstein doesn't know what to do. When they go here, more major cities are captured, and the Mediterranean begins to push. Many areas across the world are beginning to feel like and go that maybe this world has no hope. As basically everybody feels that. Yeah. And basically, many people are going over to this major city over here in order to get inside this rocket. In order to go ahead and occupy and attempt to, escape the planet, maybe rebuild the species. Yeah. But Germany gets absolutely destroyed as Alex Einstein doesn't know what to do, and Russian and Mediterranean forces are on the border of Germany, the capital of Germany, and one of the largest pushes in history, the storming of Berlin happens. As German forces go into here, the Russians, and capture the city of Berlin. They take the leader of the nation, Alex Einstein, and assassinate him. Yeah. But then, a few days later, when they're burying the body, they realize that body that they assassinated was a fake. Alex escaped, and now we can look at the peace treaty of this war. And these are the lands annexed of this war. It's kind of crazy how this war originally started with a German invasion of the Green Team. Well, the yellow country will annex these areas, the green country will annex this area, Mediterranean takes this, the red team for some reason takes that. That's a very settling border. And Poland takes this. And we can erase the capital with the major city underneath. Or two, for some reason. And Germany is gone. But at what cost? The war is over. And the square alliance collapses. Nobody knows what to do. And all of them just agree. In unison, to go ahead and get everybody, as many people as they can, into these ships. The world basically abandons the planet. The world is abandoning the planet, and they're attempting to fix all of this. Yeah, it's not going well at all, as nobody knows what to do. I will still be temporarily keeping these layers, just in case this recording goes away. Yeah. And, well, Europe looks like this. And the world is just abandoning everything, basically, as they are going to send out one final call, and everybody joins the one singular united nation of Russia. People don't know what to do. People are worried, and people will leave the planet at any cost. What color is this? What color is this? Huh? What color did I get? I think I got the wrong color, but that's a pretty simple fix. Yeah. And nobody knows what to do. The world is ending, as I've said many times, and one more giant meteor hits. This meteor hits North America and fully collapses the region. All of North America is gone, and the planet is heating up a lot. As the regions with the fires in Africa are literally getting flooded, as everything is sinking. The world doesn't know what to do, and an impeding force is coming, but nobody knows what that is. If an impeding force is coming at all, which people realized what they thought, everybody for some reason unanimously agreed, once the meteors came down, that an impeding force was coming to destroy the planet, but in reality, it was just a bunch of meteors ready to sink it all. As everything is gone, nobody knows what to do, provinces are deleted, nobody knows what to do, everybody's gone, and then, well, what happens is basically eventually everything goes away and it all just gets down to Europe. Some parts of Europe are still here, as Russia is fully gone, and people are going to decide to unanimously unite into the Mediterranean in order for them, one of the most historical nations in this entire world's history, is going to decide to, everybody's going to unanimously decide to, what happened? Oh yeah. People are going to basically decide that they want to keep this nation as the final nation in the history books. And well, what happens afterwards? The rocket launches. The rocket launches from this major city and goes up into space. And during that exact same day, everything sinks, and the world, and one more meteor hits, officially sinking the entire world. It brings the whole world towards the Antarctic regions, and everything is gone. Everything starts to freeze up. As the entire world becomes a frozen wasteland, the series has ended, nobody knows what to do, and the rocket ship is gone. But there's still that mystery. Where is Alex Einstein? And that is going to do it for today's video. I hope you enjoyed today's scenario where civilization started over. See you in the next episode, where we look at the final episode of the What If Civilization Started Over series, Season 1. Bye!